Ireland, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Flume by Bon Iver. So I'm going to break it down. First we're going to talk about the chords and learn how to play them with the left hand, and then we'll talk about the strumming pattern, and finally we'll add some singing. So the first chord we're going to learn is the C major. The song is in the key of C major, so it's appropriate that the first chord we learn is C. So we begin with the ring finger on the 3rd fret, right here, on the 5th string. Okay? The middle finger comes here on the 2nd fret on the 4th string. Okay, we're going to leave the next string open, and then the index finger, if you can see that there, that comes in on the 1st fret on the 2nd string. Okay, now you don't play the lowest string, you just play here on the 5th string and up. Okay? Now if it doesn't quite sound like that, check each note individually to make sure it's not buzzing. So that's good, that's good, that's good, and that's good. Okay, if you're getting some of this, that kind of a sound, or that kind of a sound, you could be placing your fingers too close to the actual fret. Okay, they need to be behind the fret. Okay? So you should get a nice sound like this. Okay? So that's your C major chord. Your next chord we're going to talk about is E minor. E minor is relatively easy to play. Okay? So you've got your middle finger on the 2nd fret on the 5th string. Okay? Now your ring finger comes right underneath that on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and you're going to play all the other strings open, so it sounds like this. Okay? So that's the second chord we're going to learn. Alright, the next chord is A minor. Now, it's relatively easy to switch between E minor and A minor because you're just going to take these two fingers and move them up to the next two set of adjacent strings on the same fret. So you have it on the 5th string and the 4th string here on the 2nd fret. Now you have it on the 4th string and the 3rd string. Okay? And now there's one other finger you need to put down, and that's your pointer finger right here on the 2nd string on the 1st fret. Okay? And now, just like the C chord, you don't play the low E string, you just start with the A and play up. Okay? Now check each note individually to make sure it's ringing clearly. It should sound like that. Okay? Okay? And now the last chord we're going to learn is F major. Okay? The shape of this chord is similar to the C major. Okay? But we're just going to be moving it up the string set, and there's going to be a few minor differences. So you begin by placing your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string right here, and that's your F, your root. Okay. Next you place your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Okay, right there. Now this is the trickiest part. You're going to have to bar, which means you're going to flatten out your pointer finger and fret the 2 top strings on the 1st fret, okay? So, that's what that's going to sound like there. And then if you play it all together, it sounds like this. Now it's important that you don't play the bottom 2 strings, because those aren't in the chord. Okay? So that's your F major. Now if you switch between C major and F major, you don't need a lot of motion because your fingers are staying in relatively the same spot. So just from C major to F major. Okay? So there's one more chord that we need to learn before we can play this song, and that's called the G chord. Okay? You start with your ring finger, the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Okay? your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string here, and your pinky comes down here on the 3rd fret, the same fret as your ring finger, and it's going to play on the topmost string, the 1st string. Okay? So when we strum all the strings together, it should sound like this. Okay? You don't want to be muting any of the open strings with the other fingers, okay? So go through each string and make sure it's ringing clearly.